that we can have our own Lucas. So continue to YouTube. And I think this is all I need. And then I can come here with YouTube link and share it there. And then, yep. So before you guys joined, we started looking at this PR that Ethan and Ricardo worked hard on last night to make our tests faster. So I think you guys followed the blog. Ethan shared it on the general channel. So I will. Yes. Did I say hi to Nicole? I don't know. Where did Ethan share it, Ricardo?
It was on Slack, but I don't remember if we actually followed that or we looked for something else. Wait, he didn't share the blog. He shared a Google search link. But what we found and used is linked in the pull request.
Okay, thank you.
So you might just jump there.
Yeah, instructions from these guys. So Spring command aspect, this game implements something command Spring. If you're using Spring, then run Spring to pick up the changes. And that's all that the README has for us.
Mike?
Yeah?
There is another link to this gem implements rspec command for Spring.
Okay.
Yeah, just
oh,
go back.
sorry.
Just go back. Yeah, to that gem. Okay, so yeah, you can click on that so that you can know what Spring is.
The idea of that gem is simply that it creates a command in Rails to preload the spec in Spring. And what Spring is, yes, you can see it here. I think it optimizes it a little, but that's it.
Yeah, so it keeps your application running in the background, so you don't have to reboot your application every time you run tests or reg task or migration. So totally automatic, no need to explicitly start and stop the background process, reloads your application code on each run, restarts your application with configs, initializers, game dependencies. Then yeah, it does with all the Ruby versions and the Rails versions. And yeah, so I'm guessing you guys just use this because this implements this already, right?
Yes, there is one command you have to do that generates the actual bin rspec command. We did that too, so you have two files. There should be, sorry, a change in the gem file and a new file in bin.
Yeah, I think you broke for me a lot, Ricardo. My internet is, yeah.
Okay, there are actually two things you need to do. You add something to the gem file, you run bundle install, and then you run the command to generate the rspec file in the bin directory. We did that too, and we added the bin rspec file to the repository as well.
Okay. Bin rspec. So if for us to run the test, we just do bin rspec instead of just doing rspec.
Yes. Right? Yes. You can still do it the usual way, but it won't have the benefit of this thing of Spring.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Is this also included in the how do you call it? Is it included in the CI? Will it automatically run when the test runs?
Ah, no, right. We didn't think of it.
Yeah, because I think we need it. It might be needed on your CI.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to wait for the phone to stop ringing.
Yeah. Okay, go on now.
Our main objective was to make the tests faster on Mike's machine. We didn't think of the CI because it was something like 35 seconds and more for what, 3 tests?
That 5 seconds for 3 tests.
It's Mike. I think Mike knows the number better than I do, but yeah, it was very high.
Okay. And what was the new time spent on that?
On the slowest machine, it cut it in half. And at what? I think 25 seconds, and it was cut to 13, if I remember correctly.
That's like half.
Or he had 12, it was cut to 6, something like that.
Okay, but it was half.
Approximately, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So
it's most impressive with a small number of tests, because what this does is cut the time for loading rails. It's actually constant. It doesn't depend on the number of tests. But that said, still good.
All right. So I think I have an idea on how this can also be implemented on. This can also be implemented on CI. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh yes. Sorry, I was looking at Travis's YML file. I think that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. There's that, and yeah, Mike, you're scrolling too fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So just scroll down to the bottom, kindly. Just scroll down to the bottom.
To the bottom, okay.
Yeah, right there. So you have bin rspec, and that is what Spring uses. So when you do bundle exec rec rspec, which I think that's what you were doing before. Yeah, was there any rec task for spec that was custom defined?
Nope.
Because if that's the case, then we would actually use this. We would maintain bundle exec rec spec, but that would actually execute the bin file.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So we can check on the source code, check on the rec file.
So that goes
the code.
Yeah. And that goes in this branch. Oh, you are doing it off this branch, right?
Yeah, no problem. Let's just check if the rec file.
The rec file is in the root of the project. It's the last to leave. Yeah, that one, second to last.
Okay, yeah, nothing. So it's not there. And I think so. That's what comes with rspec, if I'm not wrong. So that task is defined in rspec by default. The task that we're running.
You mean the
bundle exec? rspec, the previous, yeah, the where you're going, just head over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last command. Right there. Bundle exec rec r then spec. Where is that defined?
I think that by default, rake, the default action for rake in Rails is to start the tests. So the spec is a directory, which is optional. That's not needed. So if you try bundle exec rake, it just starts as spec.
Okay, let me try that on a new project.
On a side note, I tried to use. I think that Rails comes with some commands which are already been stubbed with Spring. One of those is rake. I tried bean rake, but it doesn't seem to work faster. So that's why we tried the jam.
Also, do we want to ask Ethan to do this PR to develop branch directly?
Sorry?
Or is he, because that way maybe it can get merged faster and we can keep our changes on this branch smaller. I know you thought about that, Ricardo.
No, sorry. Can you say that again?
Do you want to ask Ethan so that this PR doesn't come to this branch, but it goes to develop branch, the main branch for the...
We talked about this. The idea was, since you are working on that branch right now, this is more like this is actually a request to add something to your stuff, and then so everything goes to development. We were actually thinking about your machine when we were doing this.
Yeah.
At the point you are at now. Now, what I was talking about is we also changed the README a little bit, and the
sorry guys.
Right. So you're saying that you changed the README?
Yeah, a little bit, and the git, the ignore file. What I was wondering was we made 3 changes, which is actually independent. So maybe those should have been 3 pull requests instead of 1. And we were wondering if everything together is easier to handle, and maybe if we should do things faster or more organized, and have 3 pull requests.
Okay, personally, how I would think about it is I would ask myself if the other change can be rejected and it stops everything else from being merged because they're in the same branch. For example, if you change the README and at the same time, the Spring is working okay, but the README has some issues that needs to be sorted out, then the pull request will not be merged because the README has an issue, but it is not a related story. So in that case, I'll pull that out and work on a different branch. If it's a quick fix like correcting a typo, then that will easily get into that. I don't know if you understood what I said, Ricardo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I would use to judge, because sometimes there are very small changes that don't actually require a single pull request. But if you think one of the changes can be rejected and it stops everything else being merged, then create a separate one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I missed that, but I think the problem here is that Ethan and Ricardo worked off my branch, right? You branched off my branch, and then not my branch actually, it's Cess's branch, and then worked off that, and now the pull request is to my branch, and the goal is to see if the tests can run faster on my machine.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think I can just merge it, and then we work on having it. Yeah, we make the rules, we break the rules. So
Mike,
yeah,
are the changes on the README file okay? Because I've seen a bunch of code being removed.
so we use
the installation guide.
REST we create.
Yeah, so the instruction for asking for a copy of the config has been removed in favor of telling you to just create a DB. Is it no longer required?
I don't think so. I think we still want to use the load. We still want to DB load. Yeah. Maybe we can have the two options as part of the README, the one with the load and the one with the problem is Ethan is working from his branch and he has to fix it there, because even if we pull and fix, we have to request access from him because this is his fork.
Yeah.
So
maybe just leave a comment.
Yeah.
And again, if we give both options, Mike.
Yeah.
This is mostly being read by beginners, not a beginner into programming, but a beginner into the project. Will giving two options be confusing?
Yeah.
Just a thought. If you give them both options, they will be, so why are we having both options? What's the advantage of the other one over this other one? So, Ricardo?
Yes?
Yeah, when this was removed, setting up the database part in favor of creating a database directly, what did you have in mind when this was happening?
Well, so this isn't a change Ethan made, but the basic idea is when we were reading the README, when we were installing and setting up everything, this is where we stopped. Because one, there was no one on Slack at that time. And two, it wasn't actually very clear what that meant. What we wanted was a way to set up our development, to set up the project locally so we could run the tests. And since RailsDB create seemed to work, we thought that would be the best way to set it up in the instructions. We didn't think of leaving both, to be honest. We just thought about maybe we should leave the simplest way that always works.
Okay, so
that said, having both is not a bad idea.
Maybe my comment will be, I don't know if RailsDB create worked for you because we don't have the migrations yet, or did you create the migrations?
No, you just run it and it worked. Yeah, because so this doesn't. I honestly don't remember what it does. I know there is one command that creates a database and imports the how is it called? The file that is created every time you migrate, which is the one you should actually import when you create a website. So to be honest, this Ethan was doing this part and I was only watching, so I saw it work and I didn't think of delving further.
I have an idea, Mike.
Yeah.
So my idea is just from what Ricardo has said.
Yeah.
Step 3 is a little bit confusing from what
Yep.
Ricardo has said. So what if we add more explanation to explain how to go about setting up your database? Just make it dead clear to everyone that this is how you need to set up your database. So just like you've just explained, you just say that we don't have some of the migrations. You might need to use the data that we have. For you to use this data, make a request to just outline the steps that needs to be followed so that someone after Ricardo does not get gets a clear instruction on how to go about step 3. Is that okay, Ricardo?
Yeah. Since I couldn't ask, why are the migrations somewhere else though? That's because there are two projects and you didn't want to have a copy of the migrations? Or do you have like real data and you get it from the database every time?
Yeah, so we are trying to mirror this website. And this website already has data. So everyone says this was the wrong approach, but when we were making the decision, I think I was just with Sire, and we were looking for the best way to have this data moved to the new application seamlessly.
But if you are setting up a testing and development database, maybe you might want it to be empty though. So I don't know. Can you provide like two ways to populate the database, one for the production and one for the other cases for development and test?
Yep. So
Yes, Ricardo, that's a very great idea. Because, yeah, go on, Mike.
Yeah, I was just saying that I can't see Ricardo here.
I don't think I'm among the contributors yet.
Oh, okay.
By the way, if you want to add me, please go ahead. It would. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how the hierarchy of participation works, but a way to be able to autocomplete my name when I reference myself or Ethan would be interesting.
Yeah, I can sense the smile in your face, Ricardo.
It's a trap, isn't it?
And Fadili is too quiet. Fadili, just say hi.
Hi.
Oh, nice. So you're just following along. Nice. Fadili, this is allowed. You're usually allowed to follow along, mostly when you don't understand what's going on or if you just want to get up to speed with what's going on. So you can watch as much as you want and learn as much as you wish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bold one.
Yeah, I know how to get you, you know. And what was his?
He's the less bold one. Try starting with Strom. STROM.
Okay.
The surname seems to be more unique. IN. Or you could take it from the pull request. Yes.
Yeah, good idea. Oh, yeah, that's a name.
Oh damn. These.
I just realized that I mistyped the title of the issue.
You or me?
Me. I did.
So,
Let me see if I can change it.
Clarify on, I think it's installation. Is it set up on installation?
it's installation. Okay.
Yeah. For them to have a look at how to create a new issue and all the templates that are there, if it's a bug. So in creating this, you have to provide a general summary. Mike, you can just run. You have to provide a general summary. You have to explain the expected behavior. That's a bug. If you're suggesting a change, tell how that change should work. The current behavior, if it's a bug, then just explain how is it behaving currently. So let's say it's not suggesting Ricardo's name like it's not doing. So that's just exactly what you put in. Current behavior cannot find Ricardo's name. Expected behavior, when I type at, then Ricardo should appear. A possible solution might be automatically load contributors. Automatically load contributors and keep updating it. But it's not compulsory when you're doing this.
Amazing feedback, huh?
Yes.
I'll stay even if you don't treat me well, huh? You don't have to leave.
Ricardo.
No, Ricardo. Ricardo, do you know that? Do you know why that's an amazing feedback?
Sorry?
Do you know why he's saying it's an amazing feedback?
No.
No one gave it, and no one gave it as clear as you have.
So
everyone assumed that it's okay, and everyone else will understand it.
It's the least bad. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
So explain the instruction on requesting for the database from the Slack channel. And getting the database set up for I think I can pick From the README, maybe I can pick. What was I to pick?
We don't know, Mike. Tell us what you are to pick.
Is it installations?
Isn't it the README?
Yes, installations. Yes.
Whoopsies.
And
or you want to pick the link?
Yeah, the link. So when I go to edit.
No, it was actually just go to step 3. You'll get it. You'll get the link.
Okay. So how do I escape this cancel?
Cancel. There's a cancel there.
Okay.
Or
So when
step 3. Yeah, hover over step 3. Just go up. No. Over the title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. There goes the link. No. The link is just before the word stop. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Oh.
Now you can copy it from the URL bar.
Okay. I don't know which tab I'm using. So current behavior, instruction. Oh shit, it didn't pick.
Yeah, you didn't copy it. After clicking on that, you need to copy the URL.
So this is a different thing. Come on.
Yeah, that's a different one.
So many stuff, you know.
Yeah, there you go. So
Then I
it's
should
right
copy
there.
this.
Yes.
Okay. I think I can kill this as well. Isn't very clear. And then possible solution.
Make it clear.
Modify README. Modify. I think it's even installation in small letters. Then steps to reproduce. I don't need you. Context. I don't need you. Environment. I don't need you. And then I preview. Looks good.
Yeah.
And labels. We don't have labels. Okay, we have documentation and good first issue and
yeah, that will be a good first issue, but with some guidance.
Yep.
Yeah. And the reason I'm suggesting that is because the first timer does not know what they're supposed to write in there. They don't know.
Sorry, can I? Oh,
yep, I can edit.
Just under current behavior, please. Where it is? The instructions are not very clear, please. Because it's not a single instruction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember I have OCD, right?
Yeah, I know.
So forgive me.
Yep, so
there's another typo, Mike. Let me pick up the OCD now. Clarify on installations. The typo for installations.
Well,
you need to edit the title.
The title?
Yeah. Just scroll up, go up. Yeah, right there.
Oh shit, what did I do?
Yes.
Yep, so that's good. And
I have a suggestion.
yeah.
Yeah. With clear instructions, is it possible for someone like Fadili to pick this up and create a pull request?
Yeah, sure.
Fadili, will this be okay? If it's too much, just let us know.
Fadili, what's your since I'm still in the mood, what's your GitHub
Handle.
yeah, that thing.
Fadili add 00.
No, just Fadili Ed. Fadili dash Ed.
No, not the Kikuyu Fadili.
FADH dash
Dash.
Ed.
No, Fadili.
No, Fadili ILI dash Ed.
Ah. So it's Edwin, not education.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So yep, I think Fadili, if you want to pick that issue, you can just come here and assign it to yourself. Where's Fadili? Thought I reached out to you today.
Yeah, it's Fadili add
00.
00. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, and then Okot was here. Hi, Okot.
Hi.
How long have you been there?
Since the beginning.
No, that's a lie. It's been 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, we are actually TDDing on the README. So really interesting. Then yep.
Mike,
Yep.
is there any special instruction for a beginner on how to contribute if once Fadili has assigned himself that issue?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any special thing that he needs to do?
I think he can
Oh, you have the
find
contributing
that.
name.
Oh, there's nothing here.
That's weird.
Oh shit. Oh, maybe we have pull requests that were not merged. So contribution guidelines has conflicts. Maybe I will see. Yeah, I think we worked on the same issue with some other guy, and their pull request was merged. But I think this is like a different contributing.md. Yeah, I think we can get this merged. I can get this fixed and merged, so Fadili can just go through it. Yeah. So it gives you the checklist of what you need to get and how to do your pull requests, and yeah, it's a lot of crap, but a lot of good crap. Yeah. Yeah. So are we TDDing today? Or okay, maybe before I jump that ship, we agreed that we asked Ethan to just create a PR to the main branch. Maybe I can tell him now that I know him.
StreamYard is killing my computer.
Yep. So thank you for the opportunity. An issue.
Can you? Shouldn't you just be able to link it by using hash and the number?
Like hash 20,
Mike,
hash 70.
Mike,
Yes.
Sigu is backstage. Kindly do the favor there.
Okay, I'm good at that. You're saying just like this?
Hi. Yes. Should work. It works when you do the main body. And since you are there,
Yeah.
could you change instruction on the README in instructions in the README?
Thank
you. Because they're not on top, they are inside.
Yeah.
Nice one.
On and in are two different words.
Yeah. But this is a way to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top
exactly,
versus inside.
Mike, how do we do zoom this thing? I'm hardly following along because I'm just trying to. There was some technique on how to zoom when you're writing. Or when
I think you figured it out.
How can I make it full screen? Because I can't see anything.
I think you figured it out.
You should be able to right click on the video, and there you should have one option that is show controls. From there you would have the classic YouTube controls with the zoom on the full screen button on the bottom right. Or you can double click.
Yeah, I just used it. Yeah.
We've all been there because it's really strange how it works.
Mike?
Yeah?
Now that you're silent watching you type, what are you going to do next?
We have like a something that we were already working on, so we can continue with that. Yeah.
All right.
So do you want the
we are top of the hour.
the main develop branch.
Already 1 hour into this.
So it may need to be used. My emoji game is so not good, so comment. And I think I didn't tag Ricardo because he's watching this, so and I can't find him somehow. Rick, yeah, I can find him now. Yeah. So yep, and then yep, and then maybe also
Mike, I can't help but just I'm looking at your tabs. How many tabs are those? And what are you doing with all those tabs?
there's so few. They're just 10. Come on. I met a guy who had like 4 browsers running, and they were all they were all tabbed. So mine is cleaner, you know. Change.
That's kind of a weak excuse.
Pass on CIS. Was this your comment, Sigo? Sigu. Sorry. Sigu is actually calling my telephone. Yeah, sorry guys. Sigu was just saying that he's been kicked out, and yeah, he's having internet issues. So yeah, maybe this was his comment. I'm not sure.
You cannot re-enter?
Nope. I think he's having internet problems.
Since you're all in the same city, that doesn't mean that you're going to drop all out, except
Nope.
me.
Nope.
No, the provider actually the provider is usually different, so I don't think so. So yeah.
Okot is in the same. Okot is in the same city as well. So today was a Kisumu city thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've never met for how many years, Okot?
It's been a while. When was that?
So many.
It's been years, yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it a big city?
No, it's really small. It's really small.
You never go out of the house then, even before all the quarantine happened.
Yeah, I think people have their internet, and I have more friends. I have you. I have Ethan, and Okot has you and has another circle. So yeah. So yeah, do we want to take a break?
Yeah, why not? If the others are okay, maybe Sigu will come back in the meanwhile.
No, he said he's not coming. He just called me. He said he's not coming back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So how long will this break last?
5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay with that.
Okay, good. Thanks. Bye. See ya.
See you in 5 to 10.
Hello, Mike. Ah, he just went. He was the moderator though, so.
Everybody dropped out. I didn't notice that. It's just you, me, and Mike and Paul.
Yeah, so he said 5 to 10 minutes break.
Yeah, yes, but usually you don't go out.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay, let me just take a break then.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hi there.
Is it 8 minutes? Yeah, a little over. What do you want? Welcome back, Fadili Nicole. So we just took a short break, and then I think will be at it for the next 40 at most for this mob. So yeah, I think we'll go to the point where we really code now. So I think I want to change my directories to cd and then code, then do a live share. So I'll share that here in the chat, so you guys can join in. And I think I've been talking for too long. Do you want to drive, Ricardo?
Okay. If I drive, you're still talking though, because you navigate.
Yeah.
That said, I have no idea what you want to do, so maybe it's for the better.
I think I want a court to or someone else to drive then, and then you talk. Okot, Okot is not back. Nicole and Fadili, you're familiar with the VS Code, right?
Yeah.
So you can join the live share, and then if anyone interested in driving, I think we'll explain the issue when we start working on it. Silence means no. Yeah, so maybe you drive and then I talk, Ricardo.
Okay. It's if I drive, it's better if I share my screen. I think.
Yep.
I've set up single monitor, so this should work.
Okay.
By the way, Zoom actually manages 2 monitors
Really well.
It correctly.
Yeah.
While this doesn't.
Yeah.
So this is okay. So we're back to the API for website 1.
Yep. So I think we need to make it a little bit code. And then yeah, I think Fadili and Nicole are maybe just listening. So I think Fadili, what we are doing right now, we are working on this website. We are creating a Rails on the API for it. And now we are on this endpoint, the projects endpoint. I mean projects resource, and we have been creating tests for the CRUD operations, the request specs, and I think that's what we'll keep doing with Ricardo today. Yeah. Oh, you can't see my screen, sorry. But website one is actually the Agile Ventures website that you used to sign up. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just the project resource. And Ricardo, you want to open the request specs directory for projects?
Okay, all the directory.
Yeah. I want to see what we haven't done. So we've done create, show, index. So we want to do update. So you're going to create a file.
How do you? Oh no, like this. Okay.
And then, yeah, you're going to copy paste that.
Except we don't. Let me remove this stuff. Okay. Except that we don't want everything.
Yeah.
Should be something similar though.
Yeah, you first want to change line 5 to point to update. And then the path should be project with some ID, I think. Symbol?
Something like this then.
Yeah.
What about the others? Are we are going? You are still going to? Don't use this.
We are going to need them. We are going to need the headers for update, because you need to log in to be able to update.
Okay. You don't need them to create though. So maybe it's just not set up yet.
Yeah, there's a pending PR that maybe we can work on merging on another pairing session, but there's a pending PR that could help with that.
Okay.
We have everything set up with the JWT, but yeah. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we just want to keep them. So if you for Nicole and Fadili, if you go to the Agile Ventures website, on the projects page, you'll find that you're able to view the projects.
I'll put it for you if you want to look at my screen instead, but
yeah. So you're able to view the projects without having to log in. And then once you're logged in, that's when you're able to create a project or delete or yeah. So we on our API, we are testing the update route for this. And yeah, so we were just making decisions whether we need headers to have the token. And yeah.
Sorry, did you mention that we are? This is the remake. How do you call it? This is a new version of the website which uses and so on. I don't know if they know. I don't remember you saying it.
Nope, I don't think I did say. But yeah, as Ricardo is saying, this is like the old website is Rails only monolith. So every junk with Rails and the .erb files and all that stuff are used. But now we want to do like a Rails only backend API and then do React frontend. So we are doing the React frontend and the Rails only API hand in hand. So yeah, I think you guys should interject if you have any clarification need, so that maybe I don't assume things.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are familiar with RSpec, I know, and the describe, the lets, and the yep. So I think that's clear. And then so before, where are we getting the params from, Ricardo?
We set them up later with let.
Yeah, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
on line 10. Yeah, okay. On line 10, we want to like change that to a put.
Sorry, I was distracted by the dog.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Is it so big?
Okay.
Yep. And then we have the params, and then headers. That's fine. And then with invalid credentials, I think we are not going that part yet. And then with valid credentials, so with valid params. So maybe we want to create a project in the database using
Yes.
so
We
that
can use.
we can do that in the before.
Yes. Let me have a look at how we did it because I don't remember. Oh yeah, remember we decided to do this with attributes separated, waiting for a serializer, and then it create afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, we did something similar here too. Actually. So, how would you like to? I could just do something like this then. Sorry. First create it, I think.
Maybe you want to assign it to a variable also.
Is this used? No, I don't think so. Except that we are not going to use this variable, I think.
How will you get the ID that you're going to update?
Good question. So how did we use this? Okay. So the general idea is, params is okay, path is not path. Is something like. Stop me if I'm doing something stupid.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Silly Mike.
I don't need this. Sorry about this. Will this work? No.
I think you need to delete the
Yes.
late part on line 6. I don't know.
At this point, yes. On this point, yes.
Yeah. That should probably work. So
We are an update command should not respond with the body, and it should not. This should not be created. It should be something like no content, I think. But if you want, I can just run the tests and see.
yeah, I think they're gonna fail.
And we let them drive us.
I think I'm sorry.
No worries. I would really like to see the prompt, but
Oh yeah, I think I should make it shared terminal. Shared terminal. Maybe I want to share terminal again. Read write. And it's a, why is it a bash?
did you set it as a bash because you didn't like fish? It was too slow.
Yeah, but my fish is not. Yeah, I just kicked you out. I just want to share it again. So I think you have fish now.
Okay. The friendly interactive shell. I was just checking Ruby version because it doesn't seem to be the right one. So I'll try to go back there and see if this changes.
I think you want to do RVM use 2.6.2.
No, it's okay. It's because you started there, I think. If you the Ruby version is changed by RVM following Ruby version when you enter the directory.
Oh, okay.
So this is now should be correct because yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Do you think it's working?
I don't think we merged it.
No, this is the normal command. I used the default command.
Okay, so it should be bundle exec rec.
Yeah. Why is it?
Maybe it's fish. Okay, it's working.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's not using the full width of the terminal of the window.
I came back 10 minutes African time.
So where will you? Okay.
So you can't just do that there? Maybe you want to do it in a let.
Yes, this is also probably better because this way
you'd be creating it over and over again.
Because this way we can create it differently. We can not create it to see what happens, for example.
Okay.
Something along the line on, no, two spaces. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it like a little. Let's do this a little bit faster, like this. Spec requests. What is spec requests? We're doing projects and update spec. That's not what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So Rake is not exactly like RSpec.
Why say so?
Because if I go directly to a file, bundle exec, Rake doesn't actually do anything. So they have different behavior, so they are different.
So what if you just run RSpec?
Sorry?
What happens if you just run RSpec?
No, it's not now. Probably the same thing. But this is not it's for sure it's doing all the files, and I wanted to do just one.
Yeah, I think you can just specify.
Yeah. This is not recommended though.
Okay.
Only calling a respec directly from a project, because you never know which one you're actually going to call if you do it like this. While if you do it with bundle exec, you're sure that you are going to call the one you installed with this version of the application.
Yeah, I've been wondering why bother with the bundle and then there's this shorter version. So yeah, I think that is interesting to know.
Or you can use bin rake technically.
Yeah.
Or after the PR we asked, if the PR Ethan passes, then you can just do bin respec. That said, I suspect that project is actually a reserved board. That's why it's failing. Mike?
Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted, and yeah. So where were we? Sorry.
It's failing with the same error.
Okay.
And I'm starting to suspect that simply project is a reserved board.
For Rails, okay. Maybe you can do project underscore or P.
Just to see if this, just to see if this works. No, wait, stupidity. I should stop doing this. It is for.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
So this one failed because still project equals for project. Oh, right. Right.
Okay.
No, I forgot something. Like this, go to the end, come back, shifts around. So this is not a problem. The problem was that this was the data for no, right, no, okay. This is the problem. There is one format that Rails expects for a JSON for a update request, and one format that we are using to create to define the attributes of the object we are creating. And why is this not okay?
We have that.
Well,
It looks okay to me.
To me too. Nope. But let's see what the spec says. Yeah, no, he agrees with. So I might. It might be that the mistake is somewhere else. Not params. This is the block. This is the object. This is another object. Okay, this is correct.
So in line 9, what do we have there?
Before each example, we make a put request
Okay.
using.
I think there's some in terms of parentheses and the curly braces. There's a problem in terms of that. I think it's not.
Yes.
That's what the problem is. I think.
That's what it's saying too. That there is one closing bracket in excess, but it's. I don't think it's. So let me see if is the error here.
So how are we closing the? It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the problem is not there.
But it's in the line, I think, because it's not doing the. If I comment this out, it's not giving me an error at the beginning. So there's something wrong here.
Yeah, I'm back. So we are still having the error with the.
No. I think that problem was because we are using project params both to create a project object and make a put request, and these params need to be different because this is the format for this is the JSON that should be sent, and this is how the attributes should be defined. Okay. The strange thing is I've written it like this, and it says that there is something wrong with the curly braces. It says that there is one too many, and I don't see why. If I comment line 19, the spec doesn't give that error, so it should be on that line.
In the third eye, Mike, what do you see?
I have 2 eyes. Is it? Yeah, I think it works. So you don't want to put it like a key value kind of thing? So like the project
Like
params?
this? Oh,
So
it is.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
So Mike, by key value mean we remove the curly braces. We put project the key, then project params the values, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do I remove these the one set?
You remove
Right.
that one, and then you remove the.
I think that won't work either.
No. Okay. Wait.
I mean that, yeah, there.
Yeah, you're right. That was a stupid mistake. Sorry. So let's try. Okay, I like this. So
200.
Okay.
I need to click right inside this small area to actually get here.
Yeah, that's weird though. For me, I think they're all on one screen.
I don't know how to fix this, honestly. I don't know. Let me check something. It's a problem with your when the console is shared, but it's not a problem when I use mine.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix this. Maybe I will have a look in internet when we're done.
Okay. So I think you should change the project to project params.
Sorry, can you give me
on line 26 instead of it including project? I think you should just include params or something.
Okay.
Or is it project params? I don't know. Which one are we updating with? Let's.
This is really painful. Why is it? Oh no, okay. I think so. This is good until 20 up to 28, and it's just that here we make the call again. Remember, because we want to check that the project count is actually okay. So I would need to change this as well. Do you want to follow the same schema?
Yeah.
And do the same thing?
Do we want to change that an update does not change records in the database? The number, the count.
I don't know, honestly. Do you want to? I'll take your. I'll go. I'll let you decide. I mean, navigator.
Yeah. What did we do in the other spec? In the event spec, but event spec, I realized there's so much that we didn't do. Where the hell is Gideon when you need him?
Why is this not working? Huh. Okay. Anyway.
So update, I think.
Oh, that's why. I was looking for update. Yes. Something bad happened with the keyboard. I don't know. I wanted to say that. This one we did. This one we did. And then it goes straight to invalid params. So
Yeah.
we could remove this one.
Yeah. I think it's fine if we remove that. And then Ricardo, I think I won't be able to continue beyond.
You know, how about you drive? It has been 20 minutes, I think. In fact,
Yep.
it has been like 34, 36.
Okay.
Okay, so I will stop sharing.
Yeah. I can drive for another 10 because maybe I should be preparing food. So update spec. Yes. Now we go. Or Okot, you want to drive? Are you even in the VS Code?
No, I tried accessing it, but it has been giving me some. Yeah.
So it has correct response body. Yep, that checks that. Then invalid params. So if we have this, then we expect response status. So here still we need to create the project. So the before example takes care of that. And yep. So yeah, do we just expect this? This is not failing, no? Did I share my screen? Yeah, the thing is happening for me as well.
I think two of those should actually this should all pass except the line. If we could already remove the line from 37 to 43. Sorry, I'm not a navigator. I don't think I am, at least.
I think you took over. What are you navigating?
No, not really.
I need a navigator.
Okay, then me. Unless would one of the new guys want to try? I don't remember the name. Sorry.
Fadili? So you said I should do CD, then CD into.
So I'm not really sure how to do it.
Fadili, you simply tell me what to do. I do it. You're the boss.
We guide you.
So we are
I'm not
already
sure about the task.
on this. So I don't know if, yeah, maybe just tell me what you want me to do. I won't do anything before you tell me to do anything.
I'm not really sure I'm up to the task.
You can always ask us for suggestions at any time. To the ones that are not navigating or driving, or the driver.
Okay. So something like we're on line 30, 31 or 30. What line are we on? On 34.
Yeah, so this
So,
should pass, and we have not seen it pass.
So I should be telling you what to do so that it can pass, or I should be asking for any
You should tell me
suggestions.
what to do. You should tell me what. You can even ask me to run that test. Did you just ask me to run the test?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Okay. In this, the context where Fadili was currently, that's the with invalid params.
Yeah,
So
the invalid params.
I see it, and there's this context again with the database changes. So is it in the same scope, the invalid
So
params and database changes?
I think we copy pasted stuff, and I'm not sure what
Because
this.
It's confusing me a little because I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
I think we can delete this because we're not going to check this.
Okay, am I there?
If I can, my guess is that everything is going to run now.
Okay, so how did you run the tests, Bin?
No, the usual way. This is not installed yet.
So green. Not yet. Nope. So undefined local variable project.
All right.
Yep. So maybe it's. Yeah, Fadili, what do you want me to do? Sorry, I'm putting you.
Hello.
On the spot.
Fadili, tell this guy to indent this code. Because I'm just trying to feel.
So the undefined local variable project.
So I think that's because
is it online 38 or 31?
let's update 9.
Okay.
33 and 40. So probably we need to move this outside this context. What do you think?
Why do you move it out?
So that this guy can read it as well.
Okay.
Because before each is calling project, but then before each calls project, but then this guy doesn't have access to project.
Okay. So what happens when you run the test?
I expect it to fail. What do you expect, Fadila?
If the problem is an undefined variable or method,
Yeah.
meaning you need to define it somewhere. Is it something to do with the scope?
Yep. So something to
Is,
do with the scope.
is that why you're removing it from that context?
Yes.
Okay.
And now
So
maybe we can just run the test and see if my expectation is wrong, which it is. Now we expect it to pass. Nope, failed. To failed. Project params.
but now
So
it's
we need to remove
different.
that as
So
well. Ah,
is it referring to that one or on line 19?
the one on line
Line 19.
is okay. And there we go. All green. But then there's something else that we haven't tested. Um, I think this 422 just, or Ricardo, what do you think? Ricardo and Okoth?
You want to count results again?
Yeah?
It's not. No, you wanted to see if it actually changed.
Yeah, if it
I don't
actually
know.
project.
I don't know. We were talking about how this might not be the right place to do it. So I honestly don't remember where we ended up with Nick and the refactoring mob.
Mm.
We can do it like a kind of exercise and maybe decide afterwards if we want it or not.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know. I'd say I trust Rails to do this. So
Yeah,
we should check that we are that. How do you say it? It might be beyond the scope of this test, this file in particular. So I'm saying I wouldn't.
Okay.
But if you want to keep it, please correct it doesn't.
You want to tape it out, Ricardo? I'm distracted.
Mike,
Thanks.
I have to go now, guys, and I'm breaking.
Okay, let's say we don't do this test and we're done. What do you say? So we can all go eat or sleep.
Because okay, my feeling is that just the way we were saying that, I think, what are we testing actually? What is this test? What is this file testing? Because I think, as you say, this is beyond this, because we should believe that the real guys tested it, so we just have that faith that it will work the way it's supposed to at this level, that is.
Okay, for example, are we testing the fact that the controller is written correctly and it actually calls update on the model? Because if the answer is yes, then maybe we should check.
Yeah, because, I don't know, but if you are testing that it does not update in the database, that the database still have the same number of projects, then, or maybe something like that, then it's beyond this now.
Yeah, by the way, how do we actually check? Because we would need an ID. Yeah, but we have the ID.
Yeah, we have.
Well, as it is written now, we actually don't, because it doesn't. Does FactoryBot save that project if the title is not valid? Because it might be looking for a project with ID nil. If we you know what I mean? Is this clear?
Yeah.
It's easy to see actually. You just go to the project model.
Yeah, I think we need to request it afresh or something.
Yeah. Does FactoryBot consider validation when it creates a new object? Or when it saves around an object? I think it does. It probably does, because it actually saves in the database.
Yeah, it does consider validations, because
so okay, so if when we create okay, so we cannot actually check that the project has been updated, because we don't, since it doesn't update, it doesn't give you back an ID. We don't have an ID, the ID of the project to check, unless we say, no, I'm an idiot, because we are actually, we should make it, if you want to do this, we should make it so that give me a second. Yeah, no, okay, no, I'm totally wrong, because we already created it. Yeah, no, we're just trying to update it. Sorry, forget it. But this is not difficult to do, huh? This would be, if I may, this would be something like this. Oh, no. Sorry. And I might have made a mistake. Oh, I really did. Because we are creating a project and then we are updating it with the same values that it already has.
Ricardo, I can't see your screen. I mean, in terms of the content you're talking about, because
because Mike went away and he's not sharing the visual code. Sorry. Sorry, I was looking at visual code thinking that you would see it. So this test requires some work because it's not well thought out. We can look at it next time.
Okay, that would be great.
I'll leave it as it is then. And Mike went. Did Mike go away?
Yeah, he did go away.
So can we call it a day and just leave?
Hey,
Okay.
hey. Is it done? Sorry.
Mike, I have to go. There's a call which I have right now.
Okay, no worries. I think we can call it a day. Ricardo, I'll push this up.
Okay.
Push. I wouldn't push it. There is. I think there is a little mistake in the way we set up the data. We can talk about it next time, or I can give you just describe it to you now, and we can work on it next time.
Okay, go ahead.
We are actually creating a project with some parameters, and then we are updating it with the same parameters.
Nope, we are updating with the different ones here.
Sorry, let me look at your screen and.
On line 32.
Yeah, but I was thinking about the previous tests. Look, line 20. The test in line 26, for example, would be true even if we didn't update. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need two sets of parameters: the change and this was my mistake. I was going through too fast. This is actually easy to change because you can change just the title. Maybe.
Yeah, you can just do update params.
Or you can just you do something like what we were doing in line 33, except you put something inside the title.
Yeah.
For example. So I would do this next time, though. At this point.
Okay. No worries. I think I can just commit and then we can do that next time. Hello.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. In case I'm done with this early. I'll give you a shoot if you're still online.
Okay. For the Sync for Needs project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drop me a line on Slack.
Okay. Sure. Thanks. Bye for
you
now.
as well. Bye.
Bye, Fadili.
Bye.